Hello, hi. I've been saying for a while that I'm gonna upload a picture, a video of our traditional Korean wedding, and I really wanted to do that. I really wanted to upload the video of the wedding. It was on the 12th of April. It is now the 1st of July, June, 1st of June. I'm jumping ahead there. So it's been a while. The problem is that a lot of people aren't comfortable with being in the video, which is totally fair. They can absolutely say that and I respect it, but it just meant that it was going to be like us covering a lot of the faces in the crowd and it would be really hard for us to do, or just cutting out the parts that had anyone in it, and then it was going to be really short and kind of not worth uploading, because I think a lot of people want to see it because they're curious about a traditional Korean wedding. So instead I'm just going to put the pictures in that we've been told are fine, and I'm going to talk to you about the day. So let's go! Okay, so starting with why we chose to have a traditional Korean wedding. We wanted to have the traditional wedding because I just think they're so beautiful, and we're going to have like a second ceremony in the UK. Hello, Louis. There's going to be more the Western style, like the white dress and everything. So we wanted to have something Korean for the Korean side of things, and traditional weddings aren't as common here anymore. A lot of people do the Western style. We wanted to have something a bit special. I think that the traditional weddings are so beautiful, and from what I saw of like what they do in Korea is they have wedding halls, which are like literally like an aisle and then chairs and like a stage for the couple to get married on, and it's like a conveyor belt. Like one couple goes in, they have their ceremony, they come out and go to the buffet, the next couple, like it's like a rotating conveyor belt, and it's not like personalized, it's not special. And I know that sounds like maybe because a lot of people do it that way, and that's lovely and beautiful for them, but it just didn't, like a lot of those places look so pretty, and some of them were so pink, and I love pink, but it just didn't, I didn't want to be like, felt like I was being rushed through. And like even the buffet area, some of them you can have multiple weddings having the buffet at the same time. Like I'm like, no, it wouldn't have that same, like in the UK your wedding day is only about you, you're the only people there on that day usually. Like it, I just didn't like that feeling of like, okay, next. So that's another reason we didn't want to do the other wedding option in Korea, which is like the wedding hall style. Also, the traditional wedding is cheaper. It's a lot cheaper. At least where we had our wedding was a lot cheaper. Yeah, so those are multiple reasons I think it's so beautiful. We're having a Western style ceremony in the UK at some point anyway, and I don't like the feeling of the wedding hall. Like the pictures I saw and everything, it wasn't the vibe. Was not the vibe. So yeah, that's why we chose to have the traditional wedding, and I'm really happy we did. The only thing was, you might have seen some of the pictures, I'm looking a little bit not great. I was under many layers. The hanbok has like several layers underneath it, and I was wearing two hanbok because I was wearing the hanbok we chose, and then they put like the red one over the top, which is like the traditional wedding one. So I was wearing two hanbok, and then they had like three layers underneath them to like make the shape. I could not breathe. I was really hot. I couldn't. Oh my god, my cat's just brought a toy. So if you hear sound, it's because I'm playing with my cat at the same time I'm making this video. You so spoiled. Yeah, so look at you, huh? Oh god, the other one's coming now. Anyway, yeah, so I was very hot, and also I was just very nervous, and there were so many people, and they were all looking at me, and I'm the center of attention, so I did faint 3 times, I had a panic attack, which was all really fun, totally not dramatic on my wedding day. Me? Dramatic? Never. So, but yeah, it's something to laugh about now. But yeah, so I'm going to include like the pictures and let you guys have a look at it, but I'm going to tell you about the run through of the day first. So through the wedding package that we got, because most of the wedding places in Korea, they include like a package, and you can pick or choose what you want. You don't have to do it, but it's just a lot easier, because then, like for example, the catering, we didn't have to do anything for the catering other than choose a couple of things, because it was included in like the place we got married at. Most of the staff were included. We only had to get like the translator separately. Like most things are included. It was super easy actually. So I'm really happy we did it like that. So obviously, because I don't speak Korean well, my husband handled most of it, most of the talking to the guys. So for me, it was really easy. I didn't have to do anything. Anyway, so morning of, obviously we get up very, very early because we have to go get ready. We go to the hair and makeup place. It's all like all together. They did makeup on my husband too, which I think he wasn't really expecting. He ended up looking like a China doll. It was really interesting. Like because he's not like a guy who wears makeup. In Korea, some guys do wear makeup. It's just he's never worn it, and he looked like a doll. Like he really looked like a doll. And they curled his hair. I think that was definitely an experience for him. We met our translator there. We ordered him. We arranged him ourselves separately, obviously, because most of the wedding places don't. Well, most weddings in Korea don't need a translator, so why would they include that? But yeah, his name was Joey. He was really nice, and so we met him there, and so he could focus on helping me, and Jaehon could focus on getting himself ready. And I think that was definitely worth it. I think if you're getting married in Korea, unless you have a friend or someone who's willing to translate for you, and obviously I would recommend offering to pay them, it's definitely worth getting the translator. I think he made a really big difference, especially when I started like panicking and stuff. Like there was a point in the ceremony, like as the ceremony's happening, where I'm getting like not great, and Jaehon's obviously on the other side of the thing doing his thing, so it was nice to have someone who was like, you know, there to help me and to like talk to the staff with that. It would have been extra stress if I was trying to do it with my broken Korean, you know, like it was really helpful. So we met him, hair and makeup done, looking fabulous. I will include some pictures of the process now. Okay, great. Hair and makeup was done. Then we go back to our Airbnb. My mum helps me get dressed, and this is where we think one of the problems was. I think we put one of the hanbok layers on backwards. So like the part that was like supposed to be loose and like breathable was supposed to go on the front of me, but we put it on the back, so we thought that's where you tighten it at the back. But no, you're supposed to tighten it at the front so you can actually breathe. I don't know. Apparently we did something wrong. That's what we got told. But that's one of the reasons why I couldn't really breathe and why I ended up passing out. But my mum helped me get dressed. Obviously, neither of us have any real experience putting hanbok on, so that's not me being like my mum, you know, like it was supposed to be a nice thing of her helping me get ready. Oh god, you've got like dust in your tail. Why do you... Sorry, I've got like a walking feather duster for a cat, and he just picks up everything. So if you see pieces flying over me, it's blame the ragdoll cat, okay? He's very fluffy. His mum helped me get dressed, and then we went to the wedding place, and then they did, like, for the hour before the wedding started, they were, like, teaching us how to do the ceremony. So, like, what kind of bowing to do, how to do the bow, and when to do the bow. Like, if it's a big bow or a small bow, those are the two kind of bows. And again, the translator was very helpful here, because Jaehon could just focus on practicing his thing, and then the translator could focus on helping me with mine. Yeah, so we did that, we practiced, and then people started to arrive. And it didn't matter about the bowing because I didn't end up doing most of it anyway because I was not great. Anyway, so people started to arrive, obviously we were chatting. So we were like so there's several buildings where we got married. They have like the officey kind of building, and then they have like the room that's like, the bottom floor is the buffet and the kitchen, and the top floor is like the indoor wedding area, like if there's like rain or something, and also where they have classes and stuff, because a lot of these like where we got married was also like a traditional school, I guess, and they still do classes there. So that's what that top floor was. That's where we were getting ready. But the actual wedding part, we had to go down, out, and then up this like steep hill. I'll try and include a picture. And then that's where people met for the wedding. And then we had to go further up the hill for the actual ceremony. I was in one of those, we call them gama. I say we. Koreans call them gama. They're kind of like little boxes that like noble ladies and royalty used to get carried around in. So I got carried up the hill, and I think I'm honestly really glad I did that for two reasons. Number one, I don't like hills anyway. But number two, because I was not feeling great, if I'd had to walk up the hill after passing out twice, the third time happened later, like, I don't know if I could have done it. I was not, like, strong. I also wasn't able to eat breakfast because I was so nervous. I feel like that also didn't help. But yeah, so Gamma was great for two reasons. One, it was really cool and really pretty. And two, I wouldn't have been able to walk up the stairs very easily, I think. So yeah. So everyone's coming in, greeting and stuff. We have a live band playing like traditional music called pansori, and that was really fun. They were like dancing around and playing the music. This is when I passed out the first time, and then the second time I didn't really recover from the first time before getting up. But yeah, and that's obviously not the usual wedding experience. That's not me telling you how things go on a traditional wedding day. If you have a traditional Korean wedding, I'm sure no one's gonna faint. I'm just dramatic. Yeah, so then I get in the gamma, hit my head because he's really small. They're not expecting like Western size brides. I think I was also kind of heavier than they used to, which was kind of embarrassing, but at the same time they said it was fine. So they carried me up. The crowd follow us up, so Jaehyun leads and then I follow him, and then everyone follows us, get to the top. Then they spent some time fixing my hair because obviously I'd fallen twice and like I needed my hair fixed. So the very nice ladies, I had like 2 attendants assigned to me and Jaehyun and another one. That's like part of the package. They were like fixing my hair. While Jaehyun and my dad and one of Jaehyun's friends did like the beginning of the ceremony, which involved like presenting a wooden duck. Traditionally it was like a live duck, but obviously they don't do that anymore. And then my dad was supposed to say something, but I think they were like, he's not Korean, so I don't know if we can like we're just gonna skip that part. But my dad had prepared something, so I think he was a bit disappointed he didn't get to say it. But I understand why they skipped it, because I think 1, I had thrown them off by collapsing. I think they weren't expecting that, and 2, yeah, they were like, oh, wake again, Corona. Let's maybe not. So then I walk up the like aisle thing with my 2 attendants holding my arm. I do think that is usual. I do think they usually do that because hanbok are kind of hard to walk in and this is a very long one and they help you up the steps. Usually you're supposed to stand and do lots of bowing, but I started feeling dizzy again, so they brought out a chair and I did most of it seated. The MC guy was reading out this script, and apparently most of the words he was saying were actually like old style Korean anyway, so even the Koreans wouldn't know a lot of the words. Yeah, and then obviously I was getting dizzy again. We're supposed to do this thing where we like take a sip and then they swap the cups and then we sip from each other's cups. That's usually with soju, which is like Korean vodka, but they changed it to water because I wasn't feeling great, and I don't drink anyway, so I was happy that they changed that because soju's strong, and even if I'd had just like 1 or 2 cups of it, considering I don't drink at all, I think I would have got smashed really easily, like, so I'm kind of happy that I didn't have to drink the soju. But yeah, and then some bowing, we bowed to the parents and stuff, and I passed out again in the chair, because I think I was just so anxious. Yeah, so I don't remember a lot of what happened, honestly, because I was so busy being dizzy. But yeah, there was supposed to be a part where we bow to our parents and Jaehyun has to do it by himself. And then after that we go down to the buffet. Yummy, yummy, yummy. Oh, took pictures and then went down to the buffet. I'll include the pictures. And then we went down to the buffet. The food was pretty good. It was literally like everyone kind of helped themselves. One of Jaehyun's guests, who was like his mentor when he was in the army, was taking the dishes and like using ketchup and stuff to like, was it ketchup or a pen, honey?
I think it's some
Ketchup. He was making like art of people's faces and it was really good. He did one for my dad and my stepmom and Jaehyun's mum and a couple of other people. I include the one I think I have of my dad and stepmom. It was really cool. I wish we'd asked him to do one for us, but we were busy like talking to people, and you know, yeah. But it was really, really cool that he did that. I think because he didn't really know anyone else there, so he like called my dad over, and my dad was like, I think a little nervous because he doesn't speak Korean, and this guy obviously didn't speak English. But yeah, so that was like a great experience, and my dad still was like really so like, oh my god, you know. So I'm happy that that was something that was there, even though we didn't expect it. I think that was one of the great things about the day was like there was so much unexpected stuff, but like the translator was like so nice and so helpful. And like the guy doing the pictures and all of the staff was so lovely. Like I expected them to obviously be professional and stuff, but like, you know, I was causing all these problems by being this like dramatic, anxious little person, and they were just being so lovely. Yeah, and then we went to have like a little after party. These are not traditional in Korea. Usually you do the buffet and then that's it. People go home. Weddings in Korea are like 2-3 hours, like tops. But we wanted to have like an after party. So we booked a room at like the top floor of a cafe nearby and we had karaoke. That was so good. My mum got drunk and did karaoke with me. And it was just a good time. Yeah, most of my friends, it was mostly my friends because I think the Koreans didn't really know what to do. It's not like a Korean thing to have a party like that, I think. But yeah, we had a good time. And yeah, that was it. We went out for dinner with Jaehoon's parents and my dad and stepmom after that. There's usually this thing in Korea which is like the parents meeting before the wedding. We didn't do that because my parents actually arrived in Korea right before the wedding. But we had it like the setup for this meal we went with my dad was like that kind of style. Um, yeah, and then that was it, you know? Yeah, it was very nice. I will include pictures. I'm sorry I can't do the video, but we're trying to obviously respect people's privacy if they don't want anything included. Yeah, and then let's get into the rest of the video, which is a trip I took with my mum and my stepdad to like this local lake. It's got like a nice, like you can walk the whole way around it, but it's massive and it's really pretty. So stick around for that, stick around for the photos. Thanks for watching. Hello, it is, what day is this day? Wednesday. Wednesday, woo! I'm not working because this is my final day of vacation before I go back to work. I spent my honeymoon time showing my parents around Korea, and we're at a reservoir here in Assam. We're gonna take a walk around it. It's gonna be very nice. The weather is kind of perfect, like it's warm because we're right next to the water, it's not that hot. And yeah, we're gonna take a nice walk around.
Hello, is it me you're looking for? I can see you always. Hey, always.
We're going into the maze. Oh, we came in the wrong way. This is the finish.